All right, boom. So today was an excellent day, guys. Today here on gold had this gigantor bearish candle closing below the 13 EMA. And granted, even though this candle was relatively huge and my stop loss would have been huge, what I was waiting for was the pullback. One thing to take note is that gold made all-time highs here during London session. And usually enough, if we make another all-time high, there has to be some sort of pullback. So when I saw this gigantic bearish candle with a lot of volume, I'm like, okay, cool. This like it'll be a good trade to take to the downside. The only thing that I wasn't super confident was the fact that the 200 EMA was smack dead right in the middle of my way. But I was like, you know what? This could be a good setup. Let me just make sure my risk is decent enough. So let me get rid of this real quick. Once gold retraced, my entry was on this next candle here because we retraced all the 13 EMA and I got in at the break of this candle right around here. Okay. So with that being said, let's just go straight into my recording. So check it. Boom. Again, I got in at the break of this candle here. That's where the red line is. That's where you'll see my entry. I was risking about 1 to 1. And a few things I had marked up was that where my entry was originally a demand zone, but that obviously got invalidated so fast. One thing that I'm always like aware of when I'm in trades is I always look for reasons as to why this wouldn't work out. So that I'm always like prepared to preserve my capital just in case this goes against me aggressively. So here in the 15-minute chart, things looked great, but the one thing I was very mindful of is the fact that there's a 15-minute demand zone right here. Okay. So I was like, all right, we're entering this demand zone right now, so there might be some sort of pullback. So as we came up, we're in that 15-minute demand zone right now. And right around this point, I am adjusting myself. So in case that my 1 to 1 gets hit, I know where to take out my runner, which will be about 1 to 2, because there's not a lot of price action for me to gauge from. Because I usually like to leave my runners to take out the next set of liquidity. But if you look to the left of my screen, there's almost literally nothing to gauge with. So I like to go for about 1 to 2 in case I have a runner. So in this case, I was preparing myself for that event. Um, as you were kind of rejecting here a little bit, I was like, this is expected because again, look where the 200 EMA is. Okay, and that thing is strong as hell. So I was like, we're either going to blast right through the 200 EMA or we're going to reject a bit and I may have to cut myself out for a small loss. But as we made that last bit of a pullback off the 200 EMA, this candle right here that's being printed was a glorious candle. Let me share with you why. So once it retraced a little bit, it honestly smashed right through my 200 EMA. So thankfully, I took partials just in time because this candle printed stupid fast because it took out my 1 to 1 almost immediately. And check it, it's like any second now. Yeah, right around there. That's where my first take profit got hit. I'm a happy man because usually once my 1 to 1 gets hit, the rest is easy because I will bring my stop loss all the way to break even right here. And now my runners get set to where this red line is at about 1 to 2. So at this point, I'm just following my plan. I already made some money. There's no pressure anymore on the table. This is a risk-free trade at this point. So from this moving forward, I'm just kind of gauging the higher time frames and seeing how is this going to potentially look. Like how much more can this really dump? And even on the time frame, such as the 1 hour, like this is a gigantic bearish 1 hour candle. So all signs are pointing for this thing to still potentially keep on dumping, but we don't know. All I know is that I already made some money on the day. This is risk free. I'm just following my plan at this point. So kind of just zooming and going, zooming and going. Usually right around here, this is where it gets kind of stressful because like I get a little antsy sometimes. And at this point, usually I'm just like, bro, can you just do it already? Because I'm already having a good day. I just want to hit the gym. You feel me? So let's just close this thing out and let's call it a day. But I feel like all traders kind of experience this. We're just like, come on, just get the shit over with. But this is why I'm a scalper. You feel me? Because like I don't have that kind of patience sometimes. Sometimes I just want to be in and out of these trades fast. Like get me out and let's just get this thing going. So this candle is pretty much the one that finally smacks it. I know, I'm just like antsy. Even just watching this, I'm just like, damn, like I was mad antsy in this trade. And right around here, boom, close my position and I'm out. And that was it. All right, so coming back into, let's go back to trading view real quick. If you get rid of this, as you can see, like this was my entry right around here at the break of candle. My first TP was right around there, and then my last position got closed out here where the red line is. The interesting thing is that price literally came, rejected where exactly I got out, and moved right back up to make another all-time high. I didn't see it coming. I was just following my plan. You feel me? So anything could have happened, but the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I followed my plan and my execution was A1. Granted, this setup was about an A minus because the 200 EMA was in the way, but the way that I like to gauge myself is how well did I follow my plan? And I followed my plan perfectly. So with that being said, this was an excellent trade on my end. I am done.